Hey guys, it's Rory here from In Light in the Shadows. I'm just mixing up a little bit this time. We've got like a little midweek guest appearance going on right now. So yeah, I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much this week. I've been really blown away, particularly on social media with all the people's comments and their kind words for the Psych Reg article that I got asked to do this week. All I was doing was exactly what this channel exists for, which is just about a platform of media for men, just opening up and being real about their life. And so I just want to say to you guys, your love and support means the world to me, but I don't do it for that reason. I do it so that you guys can share it far and wide, so that there's any fellas and blokes out there who are struggling within the four walls of their minds, they can simply just click and have a look and gander through it and realize, oh, you know, that guy Rory, I kind of know him, and what I know about him is he's a fairly positive guy, but oh shoot, yeah, even he struggles. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'll pop that on the screen right now for you, just to click and share, was that Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. But as I was saying, today I have a special guest. This guy's approached me just out of nowhere, friend from a friend, but I'm absolutely delighted to have him on my show. And we've just decided just like to put him at the top of the list right now, because what he's doing is massive and it's so relevant right now. And what I don't want to do is lose the momentum that he has got right now. So I just want to say to all of our viewers tonight, we just welcome Paolo. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Thank you
Yeah,
for getting
man.
me short notice.
The Italian stallion. So I see your last name. It's Piero?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you were nearly there. I'll give you that. It's all right.
that's blessed, man. So talk to me, like I haven't got to know you too much, and I just said to you before we came on camera, like we're just mixing up a little bit. It'd be so cool just to hear just one-on-one right now what you're saying about you know, obviously your name is not like Bob Smith or anything, so like I just want to, you know, I want to hear from you, bro. Whereabouts did you come from? You grew up, and how did you make it across here to Nottingham and that?
Yeah, no, thank you. So my family originates from Italy. My grandparents came over in the 50s. So 2 generations before me, they came over, and they came over for work, really. So obviously it's a blessing that a lot of Italians came and settled in Nottingham for work locally as well. So and then obviously I'm brought into that. So I've still got grandparents alive here. So and that tradition really is that I'm proud of both traditions really. So Italian, and then obviously we moved over for a reason. And but yeah, so I originate from southern Italy, and my family, my brother and my sister are still here, and my mum and dad, obviously I grew up in Nottingham all my life, but the roots are strong, and when I can we go back, but yeah, it's lovely.
So on the level, because my favorite cuisine is Italian. My mum grew up in New York City in Yonkers, and she like dated some people actually in I shouldn't say this like it's a big deal, it kind of is, but she dated this geezer who was in the mafia, actually, one of the young lads at high school. So it's like, so she's got that little bit of background, but so I've got all the Italian cuisine in me big time, and I'm all about the spag bowl.
Yeah,
man, it's my favorite meal.
Look, this is if we become good friends, then like I could maybe judge it against my grandma. So hopefully, like you're doing a bit.
Let's bring it. I can cook. Do you know what? I can cook a good spag bowl, brother. So I'll accept the challenge.
I'm ready. Yeah, good.
So what I know as well is that you play a bit of football like me. So yeah, man. Why have you been playing football all your life?
Yeah. So I've been playing for as long as I remember, since youth football. I don't know. I started with teams from the age of 8, 9, as at Ilkeston Town as a junior, and then like many of us, I didn't get took on as in a professional academy. I was at Belper Town in their YT scheme, and then just from there really, I stayed non-league. So I played for a host of clubs in East Midlands, and stayed at like a non-league level. I'm now 33, but you can ask anyone who knows me, I'm as passionate as football as ever.
Past
Absolutely
it,
love
mate. You're not past it. Still in your prime, mate. Ronaldo's 35, bro, and that's what I hold on to.
What a hero. I mean, you watch someone like him and on TV, it makes me want to give up. It's that good. But no, it's a massive passion of mine. It's been a big part of my life, as I know yours and boys, we know mutually. So I think as a whole and what I suppose we're going to talk about tonight, that's played a big part in it as well. As a structure. So, but yeah, I'm at Long Eaton at the minute, Long Eaton United, and
Sound.
I went back there the end of last season really, and it's a club that is quite close to my heart as well because I've been there before and been there a fair few years. So yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be still fit and playing and
Good standard as well, mate.
touch wood. Yeah, so we can still do it a bit.
You're getting a bit of dollar.
Yeah, it's not about that though, is it? It's
No.
for the love of the game.
Of course it is, mate. So when you was a younger lad, I'm hearing the teams you play for, because I feel like we might have something in common, and I don't want to make this about me, but more you as my guest. So football it can be a brutal realm in terms of being a young lad, and some of the politics that's involved with it, parents and the clickiness. I've seen it all myself, and
yeah.
I don't know what it's like for you as a youth. Did you get like quite a lot of rejections and trials with professional clubs? Because that's the kind of thing I went through. I don't know if you've been through sort of similar kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a crazy one, really. I suppose I didn't develop as a player. I wouldn't say I was as a youth. I wasn't at my peak till I was 18, 19. I think I was a bit too slight. I'm not the tallest of guys, so I had to when I went into like Belper Town, which we know is a semi-pro club, and they had an academy. It did me the world of good. It toughened me up. I had to hit the gym. I had to do a bit. But then I think I started to get a little bit of recognition then, and it was where I could hold my own. But yeah, there was certain times, and it was tough. It was tough years, and I think talking about mental health wise, there was nothing. We're talking 18 years ago that in that youth system that I was overlooked. I think at that time because of maybe my size and I don't think I was ready anyway. I don't think I was anywhere near ready, and I don't think I would have made it full time then. So, but like I say, I think mental health wise, it just wasn't a thing. And I think like you just said, and you hear stuff on the sidelines, and sometimes I think you can play in with a couple of hundred in the stands at this level, and you might not hear like what they're saying, but I think at that youth level, like you just said, like you can hear the chirpiness of the parents, and I think you have a persona of a lad that you don't want to give off a vibe that it's affecting you. And I think it's when you go home and when you're in front of your mum and dad, or when you're in front of, and maybe not even your mates at that time, because you still want to play that lad role where like, yeah, I'm not bothered. I was rubbish that day or whatever. And I think that's the biggest thing that hopefully youth can come through now, in which I am seeing that hopefully there can be a bit more open. And I suppose roles of me as a 33-year-old player and yourself, you can only help them in that sense, that you can hopefully nurture them, because we've seen it. So yeah, it can be brutal, and there was times when I was going home after training, and maybe the gaffer had said something, or maybe the boys have said something, and they're older than me, and I'm inexperienced, and it plays on your mind, and it manifests, as we know, and it can kill you. You can kill your form, and we know that if it kills your form, then you're a ghost on the pitch. So yeah, that's happened plenty of times.
Yeah, so good. I'm loving that you're just like laying out on the table a little bit, because I think we're not having a pity party here. Like, we're grown men, we've got a backbone. We've got a lot of resilience, and that is the key. And I feel like there's a lot of the older breed, so people who are like 30 plus now who play the game, who they're not kind of used to like opening up, like, this kind of vibe that I've got going on within like the shadows. But and that's fair play, like different style profiles. I'm cool with it. But Martin Daubney, a former MEP who had on the show last week, he was saying how, like, when they were going around talking to younger lads, like the 18 to 24s, particularly, like, they're a lot more open about talking just about just their life, really, and open up about if they're struggling or anything like that, you know, if it's mental health or problems at home, whatever. So yeah, I feel like the future's bright, but it's just still being a consistent platform and keeping that, you know, anonymous sense for people who want to watch things like this and just share it, or get, even if it's a minute, if they think it's a bit of a dead thing and, like, you know, I'm 5 minutes in on board now, fair play. Like, I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here just to provide something. And if
Sure,
you know, if it saves one person, it's freaking worth it, bro. So yeah, man. So that's cool. So do you live in Nottingham now then, or what? Is that where
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still Nottingham based, born and bred really, and I live in Beeston. Love Beeston. So we've been, myself and my family, wife and 2 kids, we've been in Beeston probably over 5 years, but before that Stapleford, so always stayed local. What about yourself?
So I grew up in Lincolnshire for about 18 years of my life, and then I went on a soccer scholarship out in North Carolina. So I did that, like, D2 level, NCAA. Just amazing 4 years of my life. Had a massive transformation. Football was my everything. And then end of my 3rd year, I just, like, became born again Christian. It was just, like, the maddest thing. So it just changed my life. And then I got back, and, like, my mum had moved away from Lincolnshire, so I was absolutely vexed. I was like, what's going on here? Like, where's, like, all my mates? Like, I've left them, so I had to start a new life in Nottingham. But yeah, mate, I absolutely love Nottingham. I call it my home now, and, you know, it's not that I've ever forgotten about Sleaford back in Lincolnshire. But yeah, man, I love it here, and I've just been so blessed to have, like, such amazing friendships and stuff. So yeah, man, it's great. So I love Nottingham. Take a bullet for it. So yeah, so let's get to the main course, because as we talked about, we've got linked up here, and we barely know each other. Say it's a friend for a friend, but so I've managed to get some time on Facebook, and, you know, you've been adding me on Instagram and liking my stuff. I just want to say much love to that, man. It's class, and I've seen your work. So, you know, can you just take us through a bit of a journey with where you're at with mental health? So we talked about a bit with football, but, like, before the lockdown and before the cause that you're doing right now, which you're going to unpack, like, can you just tell just all the viewers about what your perceptions are of mental health? You know, if you've ever struggled with it, or you've just seen and heard, and you're like, yeah, I want to help. What's your approach on all that, man?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously the purpose of the chat as well, and what linked us up, and which is amazing. So the 25-day press-up challenge. So I got nominated from a good friend to do 25 press-ups in 25 days, and I did. So started off, and I think I just did clean 25 press-ups outside in my garden one day, and I was looking around. The movement I thought was brilliant, because obviously I'm still seeing a lot of my mates. I'm still seeing the people I know as well on socials doing it, and I just think, what an amazing cause. It then got a bit juicy. So day 2, so I thought, I can spice it up a little bit, because when I come home from work, it's nice that I've got the 2 kids, and bless the missus that she's only in 1 day a week at the minute in her job. She's a teacher, so she's mainly homeschooling the kids and doing an unbelievable job, which most parents are at this tough time. So I'm coming home, and generally when I'm coming home, it's just a bit of I get the good bits, and I'll be honest. So I'm coming home, I'm messing about with them, I'm wrestling with them. We put music on, and we just love it. We're always dancing and messing about. So I thought, well, we can just. It was a bit impromptu, really, and I think we started to do a bit, put a wig on, got a guitar out, and then it just turned into a performance for 25 days. A different sort of musical performance, a bit of dancing, no singing, because I'm horrendous at singing, so no one wants to hear that.
I won't mug you off and ask you to do a solo, because they do that at football clubs. You know, when you join, they make you stand and sing a song and that. You're like, no.
Yeah, it might have been shocking. I think I did Johnny Cash, last season, I think I've done some Build Me a Buttercup. Yeah, they're all classics. But yeah, so it just turned into something, and people were like wanting it, and it was just nice. I think the kids stole the show, if I'm honest. And they were loving like what was happening. It was a bit of entertainment. But what the main thing from it, what I took from it, was just people coming forward and people chatting to me, DMing me or texting me, ringing me, and some of them were close mates. And in a certain way, I almost felt a little bit bad that I didn't know their full story, and I was starting to understand or starting to know it.
Yeah.
And there were other people what just I knew from back in the day, and they were getting in touch and saying these are like lighting up my day, and it was just unbelievable response, and we proper got into it. So obviously the 25 days finished, and I'm that type of guy what just my job is surrounded by mental health. So it's a big passion of mine. It has been for the past 13 years. And I was at work. I was chatting to colleagues. I was talking at home. And I was thinking like we can carry this on. Like we've got a little vibe going here where people like they're like me, us messing about and making a fool of ourselves. But if it's working, like you said earlier, if it helps one person or if it gets people talking, and I think through COVID-19 and all the things going on in the world, people talking is just so powerful, and people coming out and explaining their story, and like we're sat here tonight. So it started again on Monday. I set a new challenge, and I wanted it to be tough. I wanted it to be like, I wanted it to almost break me in that sense, that they saw that you can be at your lowest or whatever, I can be in a bit of pain, but we need to carry on. We need to keep moving forward, because if we stop as a person or a group of people, and what we know is if you've got a team around you, they're only gonna help you get through it. So the challenge was we were always going to stick with a musical performance every day. So that started on Monday. I set up a Just Giving page, and for the charity mind. So knowing the charity mind a little bit, and using it a little bit at work, and hearing amazing things what they're doing, and they've got a big COVID-19 movement at the minute. So I thought it's perfect. So we set that up, and then started. So we're on day 3 today. And so it's a performance a day, and it's 300 press-ups from me per day, and I try and do it in 15 minutes. So at the minute it's still in 15 minutes, but that's a tough ask, but it's one of them. Fitness is my passion as well, and I love it. People think I'm a little bit mad, but what I need, and what I know I need, and knowing myself a little bit, I need that routine, like to have a focus. So it's brilliant, and this reaction, it's not me, it's not about me, it's not about the family really. It's just about helping us getting the word out there. And I've said in the post really that please just share, please just like, please just comment, get that traffic going. That it's such an important thing, like you're doing as well with these chats.
Yeah, man.
Someone's gonna watch it. Someone's gonna.
100%.
Someone's gonna.
I got blasted, bro. Scott had told me, anonymously, again, confidentiality is absolutely crucial in this area of life. So he's had a person or two come up and with certain stuff in their life, and man. So you have no idea like the impact that you're having as well. Like at the same time, you can have all the people piping up, but on the swing of things, you can have people that are in the shadows, and that's why I call it in the shadows, because us fellas, we hide, we put masks on, we hide in the shadows, and we don't want to enlighten those things what I was struggling with, because there's many reasons, but I would put it down to a lot of it is pride. We don't want to look weak, we don't want to look like we're struggling, that we've actually got it all together, but we haven't. Man, I'm loving what you're saying, and it is absolutely massive. Like we live in quite a broken world where and not to get too more, but we need people to have a sense of hope and a sense of like resilience. And I feel like what's crucial with mental health, and breaking people from ill mental health in these days, particularly men, is that we're not victimizing them too much, but we're actually empowering them like you're doing. So whether it's through banter, whether it's through fitness, whether it's through something like a bit more raw and real like this, you know, it gives them that resilience. It gives them that hope to say, oh shoot, yeah, I'm not the only one, you know. So yeah, I'm loving it, mate. And what we'll do for you as well on this video, and we'll put up the just giving link to get some money.
Thank you.
Off. Yeah, man, because mine, I joined them in the lockdown as well, because I know they do a great job on that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I signed up to be like is it an ambassador thing or yeah, like a volunteer. So yeah, amazing. Whatever we can do in it, that's what I said.
No, that's incredible. This is the craziest thing. We would have never known that link if we're not having this chat now. That, you know, like I'm trying to raise as much money as possible. Don't get me wrong. And like I said before, the response is just incredible. We're on day 3 and we've surpassed £600, and that money goes to people like you on a level that goes to people like you, that they can fill you with resources to you to be an ambassador, and that's why we're doing it, because like incredible people like you that they're going to open up to, and this is what we need for us to signpost lads, anyone. You know, I've had just as many females come to me in the short space of time, and what they're struggling with, and it's just been unbelievable and empowering that we can signpost them to places like mine, but are going to talk to people what are doing that on a daily basis as well. So yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. Like I get a buzz when I hear that, like they're involved too, you're involved too, and it's just, yeah, it's brilliant.
That's where it's at, mate. And you know, I say I've been lighting the shadows for all these things that we're bashing on about right now, but what my heart is ultimately as well is that it's not about you, it's not about me, as you said. Like, it's setting up as much platforms and media and help and resources so that there's more clout and there's more, you know, reach to anyone as much as possible. And there's great signs, like there's loads of men's mental health groups that are popping up in all sorts of forms. So yeah, and that's, you know, that's my heart in Light in the Shadows. Not only do I want to just stay with the YouTube channel, bro, I want to get raw and real, and so funnel it down where I'm providing a program for all my years of experience, where I'm going to like look to mentor people and, you know, and get them to put their money where their mouth is. You know, you got, and this is not a judgmental comment, but you got fellas they'll spend like bare money on, you know, on porn, on like subscriptions, on gambling, you know, drinking, on a bit of sniff or whatever. Like they invest in these things because they get something out of it ultimately. Whether, you know, whether in the long run it's good for you or not is another story. But you know, I want to create that where I'm providing a service to people ultimately. I say it unashamedly. I don't go, oh no, I won't charge. I'm like, no, the YouTube's free, man, all day long. But for those who go, I can't do this alone, and go, I need that help, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm here for you, and I've got these principles and they've worked. Let's go for this. So yeah, man. There's big things in the future in Light in the Shadows. But
no, brilliant. No, I think I totally agree. I echo what you said. Like, we can all take that kind of easy option in a sense, and let's say we have in the past where it's easy to kind of get a quick buzz. And I think what you're doing and what we will easily be able to think of people who inspire us as well. And you are led by example, whether it's your parents, whether it's good friends, whether it's whoever, and we're having this chat now. You have to, leading by example is, they have to see how you act. And I'm a big believer in that. So how you carry yourself, that will start to rub off on people. And I think like that catty like bitchiness, what you see in let's say certain departments in your workplace, I just think that if you don't get using it as an example, if you don't get involved in them corners and pockets of people, it's better to stay away. So you don't want to get involved in that chit chat, because I'm a firm believer in that things like gossip can be a disease, and like it's just a little thing, but to stay away and just to be more humble, and people need to see how you come across as a person, and if someone respects you, they'll want to do that too, I feel. So yeah, I'm a massive believer in that we have to, as this generation, as us, and I think about my kids, I think about the young people I work with, you have to try and set that example, because it is about them tomorrow. It's not.
Of course it is, mate.
I always think that now I've got my own, that it's all about them in the future, and they will be the ones running the country. They'll be the ones who making bigger decisions. So yeah, I'm a massive believer in that.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I think this lockdown has done a lot of damage, but on the swing of it, I also think it's a time to stand up and be counted for. I really believe this is a time for men. You know, I say this almost. Women are great, and they got on lockdown, and they're good with not suppressing their feelings, and they're just different. Their brains are wired differently. But I think it's time for men to stand up and be counted. Like, it's all good and well putting a freaking lunging, smashing tackle in, or absolutely mothering someone on a rugby field, or yeah, man, I'm benching like, 200 kilograms or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's sick, man. But what's your life looking like? Are you setting an example to the next generation?
Yeah.
Are you doing okay? Like, are you all over the place and flaky like I can be, and I've been many times? Or are you looking to better your life? Are you looking to lead and make an example and stand for something? Like, I feel like in the future as well, this platform's going to be a platform for empowerment of thought and speech. It's like, I feel like in this generation, we've also lost the art of listening, and also the art to have a voice and to stand for something you believe in strongly, without any shame. It's like we're constantly worried about what are they going to think? Oh, the lad's going to, I'm going to be a subject of banter. They're just going to dig me out. Or I don't care. Like, I said it when I had Scotty on. I said, I don't care if they watch this and say something negative. It is what it is. We're not here to please everyone. But
no, 100%. No, it's nice to hear them. It's nice to hear that, and I think I think to the young people I work with on a daily basis, and I think you're exactly right. I don't think it's all media, but I think a lot of the time they feel like they have to act in a certain way. They feel they have to fit into a certain mold, and like we know, everyone's got their own story, and I don't like to think of students or young people as they're naughty. They're just naughty. I do think there's a story behind it, and you can, when you hear them open up, and it might be on a one-on-one situation, might be in a group situation, again, that's them as a person growing, and that's them as a person, like you say, standing up and wanting to do things right. Maybe they've matured, but yeah, I do think there's that element of they feel they have to act in a certain way. And we can see that in regards to social media, that the amount of screen time maybe they're having, and it's just unhealthy. But on the flip side of that, how good social media has been to me in the past however many days of doing certain challenges, giving them a positive aspect of it. So yeah, we go back to that age-old thing, that if we can set an example for them, then surely it can help someone. And I suppose that's why we're here, aren't we? That if we can help that one person, then brilliant, job done.
Absolutely, bro. So just to ask you, like, your work, you say, do you work in a educational provision?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to name school or provision. What's the role?
So for the past 13 years, I've been working in education. So, and my job's evolved almost, or my role's changed a little bit. So I'm a pastoral lead. So I'm a student support and inclusion manager in a school, and that's secondary. So through the lockdown, I've worked through, not just myself, some unbelievable people are working there and every day. And I run a team, so I manage a team, a small team, and we do mentoring. We do, so it's a bit like counselling really, but we're a bit of a hub. We're a bit of a mini school in a school. So we get referrals in, and we work with troubled students who are dealing with a whole host of issues, and that might be social, emotional, behavioural, and a lot of it, obviously, most of it is mental health. And the team is unbelievable. So I say I manage a team, but my team are just, it's easy. They're easy to manage because I think because of the passion, and trying to make that difference every day. And it's just lovely. It's a nice setting where I like going to work, and I'm passionate about it too. But yeah, so as I said, like, I've been working through, obviously the lockdown, and still at work, working with vulnerable students, trying to keep them in, but obviously the key worker ones as well. And we just knew, obviously, it's not like, as a setting, as a school, and like many schools are doing at the minute, unbelievable jobs, that it's important for me. It's important as well to keep routine. It's a bit of a blessing that I'm still able to go in, because I know what I'm like without routine. I know that I will fall down almost, and I kind of need that structure in my life. And when times get stressful, you kind of need to know what's day to day. So, and I'm super honest with that with the students. And yeah, we've had like 30 odd students each day, and I get to work with not all of them, but I get to work with some of them each day, and then we do a sports session in the afternoon. Obviously it's socially distanced, but some kind of activity we kind of do. So it's been nice in a sense that I've got to know students I wouldn't normally know. I've got to know young people's backgrounds, and young people, and they've got to know me as well. That and I've kind of seen maybe a different side to certain young people, and it's been like we said before, it's quite powerful when you're having conversations and around mental health, and what everyone's story is really. So yeah, so that is my day to day really, and obviously on a normal scale, where we have anything from 50, 60, 70 students a week coming through our centre, on different sorts of small group work, or one-to-one stuff, academic help. So, but yeah, I love what I do, and I think that's a whole, and also a reason that we knew through COVID-19 that, we might get, when things go back to normal a little bit, and as we can see that, things are going to be tough still for these young people, because that's change again. So yeah, so that's always at the forefront of my mind really, that I feel that hence why I'm doing this, with the help of people that I think it's just important, like yourself and what you're doing. It's just massive at the minute.
Yeah, I'm getting a big sense, like with the role you've just explained with your job. It's very similar. I was doing a behaviour ambassador role at a primary school in Nottingham, and it was all like social emotional, like empathetic approach, just nurturing approach too. So what I want to ask you is, I'm conscious that people will be watching this who have got children themselves, who are potentially like been struggling for a variety of reasons. So can you maybe just give some of the viewers, because I could give them, but it's not about me, it's about you, man. So can you give them like a couple of pieces of really good advice about some behavioural approaches, or some tips about how to steward their children in a way that's going to, have a positive impact between, parent and child?
I think it's almost, I suppose sometimes it's hard just because obviously every situation is different, but at the minute, I think what we're doing now, I think getting on your kids' level and talking and trying to have an open relationship with them on how they're actually feeling. And don't get me wrong, I haven't got teenagers, and I know that professionally, and then getting home and maybe having that chat with whoever, maybe it be a family member, I know that it can be different roles, and it's hard to kind of do the same role as a parent as you would at school. Absolutely not. But I think from what I know, and I know I fall down sometimes as a parent where maybe I've snapped, because the nature of the job of being a parent. But I do think that giving them time to kind of just tell you and having that kind of setting that atmosphere, having that bubble at home where they know it's a safe place, because like you said, that there's a lot of things going on in the world, and of course you worry for that generation going out into the world, and if you can create that atmosphere at home where they're open to talk and open to kind of say something when they're not feeling it, and or for whatever reason they're just struggling, I don't think there's anything better as a parent knowing that your child needs your help as such, that you then know that you can help them. And I think this is why we're here as well, that as men, as people, as we try and play that role where, like, I'm not bothered. Is it like even a footballer back in the day, like, yeah, I'll just brush it off. And really, you're going to bed and it's heavy on your mind, and it's dragging you down, really. And if your mum or dad knows, if a friend knows, we know that a problem shared, it won't be a problem solved half the time, but you definitely feel better for it. And I think that if you can set that atmosphere at home, if you can have that open relationship, there's not many things what are better in that sense, because as a parent you can talk from experience, and yourself, or it was just life experience. And like you would know, like you've traveled to America, you've got family over there. I've never experienced anything like that, so I know I can learn stuff from you if I was going to go over there. So this is what it's about. It's about taking advice from people that know, or people that we might not know, but we might have experienced similar things, what you're about to go into. So yeah, definitely. I just think we can talk about homeschooling and stuff like that, and I think parents are doing an unbelievable job trying to do both. But I don't think that's the biggest thing at the minute. I think the biggest thing is you need to know the sanity of your children, almost.
100%.
They're safe.
100%.
And if you can give them that platform to express themselves, then perfect. And so I think sometimes I need them tips as well. So yeah, it's cool. But definitely, yeah.
That's so true. Like, what I find fascinating is that in school, that most of what they teach you don't even use or apply. But I remember reading, they did a massive meta-analysis, like a professional paper, and they emphasized on social emotional intelligence. So, you know, how you're feeling, identifying with feelings, regulating those feelings, finding people or place to share those feelings where you feel trustworthy and safe. Managing relationships, so whether it's acknowledging and going, right, I can see that they might be feeling this way. So anyway, that whole approach, this meta-analysis in Australia, America, and parts of Europe, I believe, this paper released and said that this approach, when used in schools, and this goes to like anyone watching today, any adult, like this is so relevant for all of us, that if we talk about the things we're describing tonight, and if we implement into our lives, it said that it significantly improved academic performance, school attendance, and overall behavior. So, you know, like, I just feel like our generation, thankfully, were like the last dregs of like society where it's just like, oh, shut up, suck it up, get on with it. And we need that strength of, I need to keep going. But when we regress and hold all of these things in us, well, the body remembers. And when you know, if you've got, everyone's suffered, everyone's got like traumatic experiences. And if we just go, whatever, dismiss them, it's more likely than not they'll come and haunt you. So I just want to say to all the people watching right now, it's massive what that Paolo said, and the advice he's given, that we don't just go, I need to create that safe kind of trustworthy relationship with my children. I need that with my mates and stuff. So I just want to encourage people tonight, or this morning or afternoon, whenever you're watching this, to really just have a think about these things. You know, whether that's just writing out, mind mapping some things on a piece of paper, mind mapping your friendships. Who do you trust the most? You know, what's the best environment that you like to talk in, whether it's on the phone, whether it's text, whether it's in person. So yeah, thanks for that, bro. That's good.
No, I think you're exactly right in what you're saying. It's perfect that you do want that purpose still. So you have to set them. If them foundations are right, then your world's your oyster, isn't it? That we've seen that you can go, and if you're happy with what the circle of people you've got, if they're trustworthy people, and you can bounce off that I don't know how to explain it. You need that. You need people around you that are only going to give you good
Yeah.
vibes.
It's what you
And
said
if
earlier, like toxic. It's like toxic thoughts. You can get toxic people, and we're not here to judge people and like categorize and judge. But what we'll say is, you're either going to get someone who's going to be toxic for you, or someone's going to uplift you. So, as you say, it's about choosing those people and going, are they bettering my life? Are they pushing me to be a better version of myself, or are they just dragging me down? And I want to say this to our viewers again, like, if you're watching this and you're feeling, oh shoot, yo, Rory and Paolo, that's me. Well, that's okay, but do something about it. Like, advice.
it's okay to cut people off in because I think that, let's be honest, that if you cut people off for the right reasons, they'll know as well. They'll know that they need to be the best version of themselves as well. And I think, let's say we talk from experience, we probably have experienced that we've had to make them changes, or kind of, not, I wouldn't say cutthroat decisions, but maybe naturally you've drifted away from someone because you've gone in a different path. And even at school, and a lot of people can vouch for me that them foundations are real. And to let's say the students what are struggling coming up to exam season, you do need to like give them that space so they are relaxed, but on the same sense, you need to push them again, because you want them to do the best for themselves, and you have to give them the bigger picture that, okay, we're gonna help you and get you through this, and it will get hard. You might fail, but it's okay to fail. Like you said earlier, it's okay not to be okay, but do not worry, because you've got to do the best for yourself. And if you want this out of life, you want this out of life, go get it. So I'm not going to sit here and say, don't do your GCSEs, because I'll be failing in my role. Do you know what I mean? So it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one to kind of find that balance. But I think when you find that balance, and let's say out of like 10 young people, one might shoot through, and you're thinking, this is unbelievable, and you want to see him flourish, and it's just nice to see. So, but
you're right. Like, I always find, like, most people generally most people are selfless. They want to like do things for others more so than themselves. And I would say personally, like, it's one of the areas I would like full on be like, nah, be selfish with this. And that's maybe why people cling on and maybe don't want to change, or change friendships, or leave a relationship, because they feel like, well, what's it going to look like on the other side? I'll be lonely, or I've got, who else have I got, and what else have I got in common with them? So I want to say to people watch this again, like, just be brave and be selfish. That's what I did within Light in the Shadows. It came with a cost. Like, I could have I've been waiting for a job since March and haven't been paid from it, but I could have gone and got a fruit picking job in a field, or I could have found a delivery job or whatever. I could have gone in retail in a sense. But it came with a selfish motive of saying, hold on a minute, I'm going to learn how to do a YouTube channel in a 7-day challenge. Well, no one's taught me. I'm going to do Adobe Premiere Pro video editing and Photoshop for pictures. It's making that decision, being brave and saying, oh, actually, I'm going to do this for myself because I want to help people, but I want to better my life. So, man.
That's unbelievable. So how have you, I know you keep saying it's about me. It's not about me, Rory. We're getting well. Look, we're in the same colour t-shirt. People are going to be thinking we're already mates, we've planned this, but we haven't. Now, like, so in regards to like job wise and stuff like that, obviously you're talking from an angle which, like, that's a very good decision. And just reading your article today has just been unbelievable in that sense of like, wow, I got to know something about you, and you opening up in that sense. I think people get so much from that because they feel like it is a safe platform for them to do the same, and I think that's what's unbelievable.
Yeah, it wasn't easy because the things I went in on, like, they were dark. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't, most of my friends didn't know. Most of my close friends knew. Most of my family knew, but not all of my family. And, I've got all more on social media, and it wasn't easy because I like to, is that balance what you referred to? Like, I don't want to like hang all my dirty laundry out, be like, look at me, oh, woe to me. And like, but then on the other side, I've learned, because all my life I was like this guy that just held it all together, pushed it all down, got on with it, man up, that whole mindset for decades, right? So it was a real hard decision to not communicate anything on Facebook for many months, because we had, Sharice and I, my wife and I, we had the worst year by a million miles, just one thing after another. And like, just this past week, my grandma passed, as I said in the article, and my mate from uni overdosed on pills, who I haven't spoken to much in years. But when I was at uni, like, me and him, we used to, like, before I was a Christian, we was like getting smashed together, having some great times together. And so, yeah, all this darkness compiled into one, and the miscarriage. I didn't want to do it, but then I went, no, they've approached me, Psych Red came to me. Like, this isn't about me having a pity party. This is me going deep. And I said, I'm going in. When I was writing this, I was typing up, and I was like, no, I'm going in. And I just kept going. I thought, this is what it's about. Like, I don't care if people go, oh, why is he sharing it? I'm not bothered, because I know, as you said, it might have that one person who's going to be like, shoot. And he's like, seemed fairly okay. It's like, well, yeah, but I haven't been. You know what I'm saying? Like, looks can be deceiving, can't they?
No, so like, and like you said, you felt brave doing it, but I don't think that, hopefully not after, like, was it a sense of relief, and like, just, was it a weight off your shoulders?
I think so, in a sense. I think the horrible thing that no one wants to hear is that time is the best healer, whether someone's, mugged you off by breaking up with you in a relationship, or a death, or whatever. I think time's the best healer, and you never should say it to someone, because they just punch you in the face for it. But like, I think I had a sense of relief when I did the article. It helped me with the grieving a little bit. There's been different stages, because the miscarriage that we had wasn't like a typical one. It was just like crime scene. It was horrible in a sense. So and I watched it, or I made myself watch it. So like, it was a relief, yeah. But it was part of my sense of, for the cause. I was doing it for myself, but it was more for people out there. And just to say on that note, what you mentioned, we've had multiple women approach Sharice anonymously, who have seen her post that article, experience the exact same pretty much, but
Amazing.
not about it. Because again, it's like, where's that platform to talk about it? Like, a lot of women, God bless them, they're tough as nails, man, but they'll just be like, oh, forget about it, move on. And that's a strategy, fair, no one's going to judge you for it. But there's that hurt and pain maybe that's there, or still there, and you get flashbacks or whatever. But the point I'm making is, that's what you said, it's okay to not be okay. It's just about just talking about it, so that you get closure, and then you can move on. And then it's so. And
I think like you said, that you come across as a I totally, you are a genuine lad, a likable lad, and for someone who's there for people, and people are very approachable, like we're talking now. I approached you to try and get this out there, and like, amazing that we're doing this now. But people might not think that you've got a story as well, or not that they overlook that, but you look like you've got it together, like Rory's okay. So like, to hear that, and almost like, for me to read that this morning, before we did this, I just think like for me that was good as well. Like I wanted to know more about you as well, and it's just nice that this has happened. And that's like going back to the challenge that it's almost like sometimes giving people a voice, whether I'm at work, whether I'm getting DMs that they're saying, look, I had one, do you remember me? I'm like, of course I remember you. And like they said, this is what's happening in the minute. Thank you for the stupid videos because it's putting a smile on my face. I'm like, yeah, how are you? Like, or there's like close friends what have come forward and how they've dealt with stuff in the past and how they feel that they are now and they're stronger for it. And it's just unbelievable. It's like some good friends what I've spoken to recently and just having them open chats. And their coping mechanisms, because let's be honest, like not everyone wants to do 300 press-ups to like kind of like give the head a wobble, like, and but I'm not saying I do that on a daily, but I do love running. I do love like going to the gym. I do love working out at home, and that
I can tell with that in the straightest way, because I'm married to a woman. If you're not, then that's up to you. That's cool, but. I look at your picture. I looked at one of your videos where you're doing your press ups with your top off, and I was like, "Yeah, he didn't struggle down lockdown. He looked after himself."
No, like I said, it's been a passion, and I do love it. And it's almost like at the age of 33, and I'll be going to training, and like my good friend is a football manager, and I like that he expects from me to kind of still win. You know, like certain races when we're training and when we're doing certain things, and because I want that from myself as well. If I'm not turning up, and like you said earlier, if I'm not going to go all in and tell people my story, that's me. That's just the personality I am. If I'm in, I'm all in. Like, and I will, and I will do 300. And I don't think that don't get me wrong. I don't think 300 press-ups is being brave. I don't think that is bravery. I'm just hopefully giving, like you said. We're giving people that platform to come and chat because they're seeing that, you know, you can get through it. And like I said, like I've got a good friend who's, and I know he won't mind me saying this, but a good friend who at the minute, like, is going through a tough time. His dad's terminally ill, and for him to just like talk to me recently in the past few days and me to understand more, and like him, and I asked him, I said to him, how do you feel like that it's good that I'm glad I know more now. And he was like, yeah, he said to me, and he agreed that it's a relief, but it's just a comfort that someone knows. It's a comfort that he can come in and just act normal. Like, and he can go about his day, he can go about his day and like, he's happy that he doesn't have to keep saying it, but someone knows, so he can kind of, if he needs to, he can say it. And the same, I had an amazing chat with my sister the other day, and she even says, look, I don't mind if you mention it as well. And like the stuff like she had gone through, and just anxiety really, and just dealing with certain issues over the years, and the way she says her behaviour was, in the sense of, she's an incredible girl, don't get me wrong, and she's just dealt with stuff and not been able to deal with it at a time. But she says that the resilience that she's got from it, and just knowing that, let's say me and my brother knew, and my mum and dad, and we had the best upbringing and the safest environment, that just the fact that we knew at the time and just didn't act any differently around her, just knew that we were there for her. She said that was the biggest help, and just hearing them certain things that. That's class. So it's not. There's no answers, is there? But it's just not. An ear.
Absolutely, bro. Scott said that the best thing you could do is just listen.
Yeah, you know? And it's just crazy, really, in that sense that I think we all look for answers, don't we? A lot of the time, and we want certain things to make sense, and what's going on and why, and we can't. But I think these discussions, if they empower us, if we get a buzz out of this, and which I'm doing at the minute, I think it's just, you kind of, it makes me go and do, right, I'm going to do my 300 press-ups, like not again, but I'm going to carry on, and I want to make as much money for that charity as possible. I want to get the word out as much as possible. And I think that's what it's about.
This is dangerous, I feel. I think maybe a bit presumptuous, but I feel like maybe we could sort something out. I sense a bit of momentum, and maybe we could chat further outside of this episode and just come up with a plan or something. Like, obviously you got your work, mainly your marriage and your children, but I'm just thinking we should I think there's something there on Facebook particularly. I've seen Men Unite, they've got a class group where people just log in and it's a safe space and people just can post whatever they want. I don't know, we'll talk more about it, but I just feel like
the missus listens to Peter Crouch podcast, and I'm a big fan of him, and I'll be honest that he's funny. He's a funny guy. I think we've got a bit about us, if I'm honest. We need to do a podcast, and I think if we put a bit of humour with it, and there's mental health. I said if we're in, we're all in. We've got to go.
Yeah, man. We'll get I'm not even going small, I'm thinking about the future with my episodes, and I still want people like Nottingham based, people that I know, people who don't have to be famous. Like, I want that. I want regular people that people can relate to, but at the same time, like, I want like people on there as well who can inspire them, like, your Carl Frotches. I was just thinking, as you said that, I was thinking about, do you know Patrice Evra, where he does his videos? I love this game.
It's things like that, little things stick, don't they? And do you know what? When he started doing that a couple of years ago, people fall in love with that smile, and it just like it makes you smile. And me going on to Instagram in the morning, I'm groggy. People know that they're not going to get much out of me at work until like 10 a.m. like vocally, because I'm struggling to put a few words together. So just looking at Patrice Evra, like saying I love this game, I'm like, his smile makes me smile, and it's little things like that.
Yeah, definitely, bro. And we need that. I think a lot of blokes want that too. Like, key tonight is just balance, isn't it? You need that balance of, we need those heartfelt chats, so we can just feel like we're releasing it. But yeah, man, we need to keep good vibes. And
definitely.
Have you seen the film Patch Adams, Robin Williams in it?
I don't think I have.
Mate, it's a banger. He basically becomes a medical doctor, and he's a radical because he just basically proves that laughter is the best form of medicine. So he's just basically a jokester and a clown, but he's a proper doctor. And so it's based on a true story. But yeah, he's saying like the release of endorphins through like laughter and having a bit of banter and still a good time. That was his approach. And he's still going now. He's got like all of his hospital workers are like volunteer to come. And then they all share. So all of the money goes into one big pot. So all the cleaners, all the nurses, all the doctors have equal pay. It's mad. It's a place in West Virginia, apparently. So yeah, but watch, it's called Patch Adams.
Right, is that homework for our podcast?
Yeah, let's do it. We got to tell people if all the stuff we talked about is like, well, you know what? Watch Patch Adams because it will make you laugh. It'll also the waterworks might come on as well because it's one of those films where it's funny, but then it like pulls on the heartstrings a bit. You're like, oh, flipping out. Yeah.
Do you know what? I did a PSHE session today with some students at school, and I wanted to like hit home about like the current situation and what we're going through, and we spoke about a lot recently. But I thought I'm going to mix it up here. And have you ever seen the film Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino? What a film! Yeah.
Inches. Inches.
I'm going to get to that bit. So a game of inches. So there I am. I'm saying, look, Al Pacino is the coach of this team, guys, and it's the last game of the season, and they need to win. And I just gave it some context, and I says he does this speech, and it's unbelievable. And I says what he's trying to get across is, and I was like, just put the speech on. I was like, okay. So I put it on and let it roll. And I explained a little bit after, but there was a quote in it, what he said, and it just hit home. It hit home a few years ago when I watched it for the first time. Yeah, it came out in '99. I can't believe that. I just felt so old, firstly, because they weren't born when I was talking to them.
Oh, no.
So that made me feel sad inside. But he said a quote, and he says, you can either decide to go out there and win as a team or lose as individuals. And they related with that. And I said, like, with everything going on at the minute, like how important it is to have a team around you, people that you trust. And these boys are about to go to battle, and they're going to war. Obviously, no one's going to die, but they got to look at each other in the eye and know that they trust each other and know that they've got each other's back, because they just want to win at the end of the day. And it was just relating it to the situations at school, and carrying on when only a few of them are in, relating it to difficult situations at home, and like we said, mental health. And obviously I got to watch the speech again, so I was psyched. So it was, and they were like, I need to buy this. So is it on Netflix? Like, I don't think it is. Everything's on Netflix. I was like, no, it's not. So
it's not.
So it was just nice. It was nice to kind of relating it back to sport, but then going back to the real world. And they just got it. And it was, like you said, the game of inches, that speech is just unbelievable.
It's like, it's spine tingling. I was at uni playing for Wingate University, the men's soccer team, and our coach put it on in the locker room. And it was just like, massive respect, Coach Hamill. Everyone was just gripped by it, because it's just, I haven't seen a better inspirational speech than that. So anyone who's watching right now, you've got to buy the DVD. It's like, it'll be £5-10 on Amazon. Just get it, because it's unreal.
This is where I've seen what you do. This is where, like, a picture of Al Pacino pops up. Cue now, and he does that game of inches. Yeah, like, and do you know what? Every time you've done that, when I've watched your videos, I'm like, I like this. I'm learning so much. There was a MacBot game up the other day. I'm like, didn't know there were that.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm a technophobe. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. You're going to teach me so much stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't even have Zoom, did I?
No, you didn't. And you're smashing it. You were there on time. You managed to overcome the microphone issue, bro.
Yeah,
all day.
I appreciate it. I swiped and I pressed the button. I didn't know what I was doing. But we got there. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But what I will say is, I'm trying to remember if this is the right like American football film, but don't you see some proper explicit shower scenes in that film as well?
Yeah, I didn't show him that.
So any fellas watching, and we know a lot of you will be our boys probably for our team, our teammates. We all know you dirty pervs and you love a good shower, and you love it. So any given Sunday, you're going to love it even more. If you're not feeling the mental health and the inspirational speeches, watch it anyway, because there's some explicit shower scenes.
Yes. So yeah, I kept that quiet. I just like, but there was, I think the first scene. So I know we're going way off topic, but it's mad exciting. So the first scene where Willie Beeman, that's his name, is it? Willie Beeman. He's never gets picked, does he? And he's just chilling on the side, got his headphones in before the days of the iPod.
Jamie Foxx, isn't it?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. What? Unbelievable. So, and he's just chilling, and then he gets a call up, he goes on, and he does it a couple of times in games, doesn't he? He's that nervous, he has to be sick.
Yeah.
Al Pacino's screwing, like, who is this dude? But yeah, like, I think it's one of them. It's like Coach Carter, in it grips you, and it's like you want to go out and just do some kind of sport. You watch Rocky and you think you're a heavyweight champion in your bedroom. So yeah, it's brilliant. I loved it.
Do you know what? We said it went on Netflix as well. I'm gonna double check, and if not, we're buying it.
we now know what I'm like with technology. It probably is.
Yeah. But it is true though, when there's a banging old school film that you want to watch, you go on Netflix and it's on there. Like your young people say, everything's on Netflix. You go on there, it's like, Nah, it's not.
Amazing.
Yeah, man. Oh, do you know what? It's been class chatting tonight, and
Thank you.
I really hope and pray that people have made it this far, and they get something out of it, and that we'll put all your info. As I said, I'm gonna send me some vids as well, or I might try and cut them from Facebook because I want to whack them on the screen as well. Oh, mate, fancy dressing neck, so good. The fancy dresses just.
Oh, and you're getting people sending you fancy dress outfits?
No, you with your outfits.
Oh, sorry. I'm way off topic. Yeah,
No, don't worry, mate. Have you had your coffee? Are you all right?
Yeah, I did. I've had it and it's finished, fuming. But yeah, I've got to give a few people a shout out for these fancy dresses. They're not all mine, obviously. A lot of people think the dresses are mine, which I don't know. I've kind of got into that zone now where I'm like, this feels nice.
I had to wear size 8 coral pink H&M dress that Matt Moody made me wear out in my stag, and it was Nat Moody. This is
amazing.
Actually, do you know what? As I said earlier, I was straight as a plank, but I actually enjoyed wearing it.
Comfy? Was it comfy?
A little bit on the groin area.
Not the best.
Not the best.
So you saw that flapper dance what I did yesterday? Don't laugh. It was really serious. So that was like my neighbours, Margaret's, and I'm just going to put it out there that I didn't feel like I had it on. It was nice.
There we are.
So there we go. I don't know. Maybe it's just something for the future to look into. That maybe I'll just do it in my own home. But yeah, as I said, like there's people. Sarah Whitchurch at work, a really good friend. She's I almost not worried, but she loves dressing up. So I just say, "Have you got this?" And she's like, "Of course I have." So I'm getting no end of outfits through the door. People on my street, what I've got certain hats, wigs, and they're just sorting me out. So I feel this 20 days could turn into something a lot bigger where I'll just keep doing it. But no, it's been fun. It's been fun.
That's class, mate. But yeah, man, massive respect to you and love what you're doing. And we thank your wife as well and your kids for just getting amongst it and giving you that time to just crack on with it. So yeah, man, you're an inspiration. I know you're like me. You're like, oh, no, but you are. And so we just want to say much love to you, man. And we just hope that we just, yeah, man, we keep playing how we're doing and keep trying to help people. That's where it's at. So yeah, I just want to say to all the viewers, thank you so much for watching this episode with Paolo. It's been absolutely brilliant. I didn't say your last name because I didn't want to bob it up.
Come on, Rory, have a go, please. You'll do better than last time. Oh.
Do you know what tries to help me say it is Del Piero, but it's.
You're gonna say that, yeah.
It's like a Piero, so yeah, I bobbed it up.
That's right. I'll take that. Yeah, good. Yeah. We didn't. Shall we just put out there that we didn't speak about what we're wearing tonight, but maybe this is something for the future. We have a uniform.
Yeah, Element skate t-shirt, and you got a Nike gym shirt.
I've got Nike. Yeah, I've gone with the sporty theme tonight. It's very warm, isn't it? It's very warm tonight.
It's sweatbox.
Muggy.
I nearly just wore my t-shirt and then just had kegs on, but I thought that's pushing it.
No one would have known. There must be a theory around news reporters. News reporters, they don't have to wear anything underneath.
They definitely wear shorts on a hot day.
Yeah. Oh.
100%. But yeah. I'll do it. If it gets hot, I'm in my kegs all day.
And no one will know, apart from me. And
yeah, man, I'm so excited. I feel a connection with you massively, and I'm excited to just chat off screen further with you. But yeah, man, to our viewers, we're off on a tangent. This is when you're in good company, when you go off on a tangent. We just thank you to all our viewers. What I'm going to do is just let you know on our screen coming up right now is our Twitter and Instagram handle. So it's at Enlighten the SH1. So it's coming up right now. And then also, I'd love for you to just click like. It's coming up right now on the screen. There's a blue thumbs up. Just click it. It takes a second. And then we've got the share button, and it takes a little bit longer. And then you got subscribe, which is a red box just coming up right now on the screen. I've got about 30 something subscribers now, and I'm not too worried about the numbers, but what I want to say is thank you to those who have subscribed, but keep on subscribing, sharing, liking, because as I say, as always, the more this gets pushed, the more people it reaches, and we can just keep men better, because the number one killer of men under 45 is suicide. We lost over 4,000 blokes in 1 year, in the past year. So we can't let it happen on our watch. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and God bless. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Paolo.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.